Hey, welcome to Grow Your Expert Business Live. I have been waiting to kick off this show, waiting so much in fact that I've actually done 3 live streams today because I was just excited. But this is it. This is the real deal. This is this is going to be it. The flagship show. It's going to be going out this time from this page every single week. And I want to say, first of all, I so much appreciate you tuning in. It's so great to have you here in my little office where I kind of run things from now. And this show is going to be an immense investment of your time. We're going to take about 20 or 25 minutes, and I hope to make this extremely valuable for you. This is where I'm going to show insights behind the scenes, what's working. Those of you who follow my stuff know that I have complete transparency. I show you what's happening in the business, what's happening with my clients and different projects and things around the world. So hey, we've got Jean-Paul is on the line here. We've got Rasko on the line. I think I saw Annika, Chris Godlewski. All right, guys, great to see you guys popping on and checking this out. Leave a comment below. Tell me where you're from, and also drop a question. If you're watching this, I want you to contribute, and I want to make this interactive, and I want to know, one key question that you have on your mind. It can be about mindset, can be about systems, can be about your team, it can be about growth and scaling and marketing. Whatever it is, just make sure to drop one comment, one question, and I'm going to go and check those out and get back to those. So, to kick things off, first of all, there are 5 key pillars to this program. Those of you who follow my stuff probably know what the 5 steps are, but I'm going to go through them again anyway, because the more you burn them into your mind, the better it's going to be. So, who is this for, first of all? Now, this show is going to be for you if you're a coach, like a mindset coach, a fitness coach, a nutritionist, some kind of consultant, like a business consultant, a sales consultant, a raw food consultant, or if you're a trainer or a professional. So a lot of my clients are in professional services such as osteopathy, dentists, real estate agents. Basically, if you have transformative knowledge or how-to information that helps someone with their health, wealth, and relationships, or you help them make a big life change in some way, this is definitely for you. This is also for you when you have created momentum. You've become the busy, burned out solopreneur. You've validated your idea, you've got out there, you took action, you hustled, you brought customers in. People love what you do, right? And this is why you're pretty busy. Your one-to-one diary is filling up, and you know you've got something. This is for you when you know you're onto something. You know that you have a methodology, a program, a set of ideas, or even just an inspiring story that you love to tell that gives people hope and inspiration. This is for you if you've got something like that. You know it has the power to affect more people. However, you're actually maybe a bit concerned about growing. Sounds strange, right? The show is called Grow Your Expert Business, but it's for people that are actually concerned about growing. Because there are a lot of fears about this, and I talked about this inside my free group earlier today. The fear of success. The fear of success for a lot of coaches, trainers, and professionals is basically, we get stuck in the time for money trap, but we like it there. It's comfortable because you are in control of everything. So there's kind of like a compromise that a lot of coaches make. We say, okay, maybe I can make a nice low 6-figure income, but I just work 10 hours a day. Everything depends on me. I have to learn all this operation stuff, and I have to learn all the finances, and I have to learn how to do the admin stuff, and I have to learn how to do this and how to do that and how to build a sales funnel. And to be fair, we work hard and we learn all that stuff, which is great. Okay, nothing wrong with knowing it. However, that stuff, 90% of it is not what you want to be doing. You just want to be sharing your message like a visionary and getting the message out there to more people. And you know deep down that you can't help everyone on your own. If you want your message and your expertise to help thousands of people, then you have to get out of the way. You are the bottleneck of your growth. And you're at a point right now where you're starting to realize that. In fact, you realized it months or maybe a couple of years ago, but now there's probably physical things happening in your life that are like warnings knocking on the door. You know, it starts with, you start compromising your health, right? You stop going to the gym and taking care of yourself because you're too busy working every night. And then before you know it, you've got a little pot belly and, you know, your diet's a mess and your energy drops and you need more caffeine to keep going. And then you keep going anyway, you keep hustling and keep grinding because, you know, all the YouTube videos tell you how cool it is and they tell you that you're a loser if you don't hustle and grind. And so you hustle some more and then you realize your relationship with your partner has lost all the connection and intimacy. And you rarely see them anymore. You're upstairs working all day and they're on the couch watching TV on their own, waiting for you just to give them a few minutes of your time. But maybe you keep going and you keep hustling some more. And then you realize your kids are growing up, not knowing who you are or not looking up to you as a role model anymore. And that's when things can get really, really hard. And if you keep going through all of that, maybe your health deteriorates to a point where you get stressed, overwhelmed, burned out, and a heart attack is not far off the horizon. I wish I could be making this stuff up, but there's many of you guys watching this that know that is 100% the truth for a lot of people. And I've personally, business for me has cost me relationships, not business, but my attitude towards it. When I was hustling and grinding all day, thinking that was the cool thing to do, I would sacrifice personal relationships. I, sacrifice my health, sacrifice my time, my life, and you always tell yourself you'll do that stuff later when you have time and money for it. But you know that time never comes. There comes a point, and that's why you're here today, because you know it's time to start working smarter, not just harder. And that's what these principles, the Grow Your Expert Business or GYEB principles are all about. So, number one, the first thing then, that I'm gonna give you a brief overview today, and then every episode we're gonna go deeper into these modules and give you a lot more, even more practical advice, tools, stories, and strategies you can use to actually build them into your company. So the first one is going to be your identity. The first module of what I teach people is called Identity Level Transformation. And this is very simple. This is because most people, they try and change their results in business at the level of doing. They look at their behaviors and they say, I need to do more of this. I need to do less of this. The problem with that is that it doesn't address where your actions come from. Your actions are a natural consequence of the identity you hold yourself in. So if you try and change your actions without changing your identity and your set of beliefs, then those actions are futile because they either really won't work that well for you, or because you won't be in alignment with them, you won't be enjoying them, or you'll just sabotage them and you won't do them consistently. It's like everybody says on January the 1st, I'm going to just hit the gym every day and eat loads of salads. And that lasts about 5 minutes because they didn't change their identity about themselves. They didn't change their beliefs around exercise. They had the same beliefs that said exercise isn't fun, right? Or the same beliefs that, I hate salad and I'd rather eat pizza. That's the problem. They still identified themselves as someone that did that. Now in your business, if you're struggling to outsource yourself, if you're struggling to have things work without you, if you're struggling to bring on a team, if you're struggling even to get your message out there and scale up your advertising, it comes down first and foremost to your identity. You're holding the identity of what we call a solopreneur, someone that works in the business. the hustler, the grinder, the person that tries to do it all, the person that tries to be the master specialist. However, those who have succeeded and grown high 6, 7, 8, 9-figure companies, especially in the coaching space or the expertise industry, did not have the solopreneur identity. And if they did, they shed it very quickly and they adopted what I call the entrepreneur identity. Now, the entrepreneur identity works on the business. It's when you embrace the role of business owner. You don't identify as, I'm a coach, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a nutritionist, I'm a marketing consultant. No, you say, I am the owner of a business that delivers marketing consulting. I am the owner of an online program that helps people lose weight. That is the difference. There's a great book you want to read called The E-Myth, or The Entrepreneurial Myth by Michael Gerber. It's a foundational business book. I recommend everyone check it out. And it was one of the first books I ever read in business, and it changed everything for me immediately. Because the entrepreneurial myth, the E-Myth, is that doing a speciality, being an expert in a speciality, automatically makes you good at running a business teaching that speciality. That is the myth that most solopreneurs end up believing. They're self-employed specialists. They're in a job. It's there to replace an income. They still work time for money. And they think that then somehow they can turn that into a business doing it. And it's not the same thing. So you need to make a choice, first of all, which identity and which set of corresponding actions and beliefs are you going to choose today? Are you going to keep holding on to the solopreneur that says, I'm the only one that can do this, no one can do it like me, I haven't got time to train a team, okay, the clients only want to work with me? Is that what you want to keep going? Because you can keep holding on to those beliefs, and you know they're just beliefs. They're not inherently true. Because every time a mindset coach tells me, Justin, I can't outsource myself because the clients only come for me. No one can teach mindset like I do. When a coach says that to me, I gently remind them of Tony Robbins and say, hey, Tony Robbins has dozens and dozens and dozens of coaches. And Tony Robbins, if you watch his Netflix documentary, also has trained coaches to deal and work with the people that are on that are flagged to be suicidal at his events, right? So don't tell me that you can't help someone, do a bit of basic mindset work when Tony Robbins is out there, has people on his team coaching his other coaches how to work with suicidal people, right? Whatever you think you can't outsource, somebody else out there has outsourced something 10 times harder and more nuanced than what your business is. So it's just a belief. You have to, the first step is self-awareness. You have to realize that. Because I can't help you. If you refuse to believe that you can outsource what you do, you'll never outsource it. If you refuse to believe that people will embrace your message, I can't help you promote the message. If you refuse to believe that you have what it takes to be a leader and tell the world about your story, then I can't give you that confidence. You have to start with that. I can help you become aware of it, but then you have to take the ball and run from there. So that's step number 1, identity level transformation. And that's what you want to be working on all the time, every day. This is your personal time. Okay, how can you step up as more of a leader? How can you gain more self-awareness? How can you practice what it means to be a real business owner with a bigger vision? All right, that leads us to step number 2. Once you're aware of the identity you're possessing and realizing that your actions or lack of actions firstly derive from your identity, and that needs to be changed. The second step is vision and objectives. The next thing to do to start removing yourself from the time for money trap is to set a clear and powerful, compelling vision of what your life is going to be like and what your company is going to look like to provide that. Okay, so start with a powerful vision, and you want to start turning your company into what I call a value-producing machine. If you can make your business into its own entity that gives value to everyone that corresponds with it, then you'll find that a lot of people start pushing you from behind and helping you succeed faster. So start in your vision statement, start writing out how can, first of all, the clients, okay? How can clients around the world be given value by my company? What kind of programs can it offer? What kind of books and materials and events and workshops can be scaled up and leveraged to help people around the world? Secondly, with your vision, okay, how can the company help team members? Whether you plan to take on coaches or if you just want to have a small admin team or a marketing team, you will need a couple of people on your team at least, no matter what you do. But if you take on coaches and you want to train them up in your methodology, or if you just have a small team of assistants helping you out, how is your company going to add massive value to their lives? Okay, your company is a product that needs to attract, convert, and retain customers. Sure, you know that. But it also needs to attract, convert, and retain team members. Your company needs to be valuable. So if you're worried about people stealing from you or leaving the company at a bad time or not being team players, it's not because of them. Again, you can't disempower yourself by blaming them. You have to realize that your company isn't yet built as a vehicle to provide massive value to those people. So that of course they want to work with you. Of course they want to stay with you for years. Of course they don't want to go somewhere else. Because your company looks after them and gives them value, which isn't always financial. Okay, there's a lot more value you can offer than just financial. Okay, but we're going to stay as an overview today, so we'll go into that in a future episode. Once you've got that powerful vision, then we can start creating clear and precise objectives for your company. Now here's the thing. When you're in the 0 to kind of 6-figure level, all you think about is revenue. And for good reason. All you need is cash flow and clients, right? You run out there, you get 15, 20, 30, 40 customers, and you start generating 10K a month. And the revenue is there. That's when you realize you've got some bigger problems to deal with now. Like, how do you get out of that trap, right? That you've just spent months working yourself into. So this is why at this level, the 6-figure plus level, to scale up, you've got to have different objectives. Revenue is not the only objective right now. We have a financial target, sure, but it's a lot different now, because if you want to start removing yourself and you want to start building in people and building in systems, that's going to obviously increase some costs. And it's going to narrow your profit margins a little bit. So you might not live as fancifully as you do as a 6-figure self-employed person, right? But you will have a lot more free time. And for most of you watching this, I bet that's probably what's more important to you right now. So let me know in the comments if you're watching this, are you at that stage where maybe did you chase a financial goal and you hit it? And that's when you realized that, money is great, but then you realized, actually, free time and mobility, they're just as important now. So that's definitely what I did. I worked myself into it. I grew a great 6-figure income, and then I started hating my life. And I realized I had to set different objectives. Money was good. I'm not knocking money. We want money because it allows us to give more value to people. But I also needed free time, mobility. I set objectives for contribution. I set objectives for team growth. How would I grow my team members? I set goals for what profit margins I would create, and many other objectives like that. So your goal setting has to evolve if you're going to evolve the company. So that's step number 2, vision and objectives. You set a powerful vision and you translate that into quantifiable objectives that you can work on for the rest of the year. Okay? How many leads and sales do you need to get? What team members do you need to get? What help do you need? What positions do you need to outsource? When are you going to do it by? What kind of profit margins do you need? What kind of salary you're going to pay yourself? And so on and so on. So that's the second step. Now you have a clear idea of who you need to be and the mindset. Secondly, you've got that clear vision and you've got objectives to hit this year. The third step now becomes what we call operations and finance. This is where we start building in systems. Now we know what the company needs to do. Now we can actually build in an operations. And you can see in the back behind me there, it's a draft of my own organizational chart. So that's the point right now. You want to create an organizational chart which maps out every single task or function the company needs to do, right? Not you. Remember, the solopreneur talks in terms of I. The entrepreneur says the company. Okay, the solopreneur says I have to do all these things. The entrepreneur who works on the business says my company needs to do these things. It might not be me doing it, but somebody needs to come in and do it. So think about that. Again, change your language and say, right, what are the functions my company has to do? And you can start breaking your company up into 5 departments. So we have distribution and marketing, we have sales, we have fulfillment, serving the customers, we have team development and recruitment, or you could call it human resources in some places, and then we have admin, legal, and finance, all the boring stuff that none of us like to do. So, start looking at what does the company have to do in all those areas. How many leads have to be generated? How many sales need to be converted from those leads to get all the revenue you want to get? So let's say you want $1 million in revenue, and let's say you have a $10,000 package, right? You sell a $10,000 program. You want to make $1 million revenue. So, $10,000, you're going to need to sell 100 of those this year, let's say, as for simple example. To sell 100 of those, that's 100 sales. How many leads would you then need to make 100 sales? If you have a 10% conversion rate, then you're going to need 1,000 leads over this year, okay? Or, just under 100 a month to get 10 sales a month. Then, if you're going to have 100 sales, 100 new clients coming into the business, look at fulfillment, the third department, fulfillment. What needs to be in place to fulfill those 100 customers? How many coaches are you going to need? Do you just need a support staff? What kind of platforms do you need to invest in? Do you need like a membership site? Do you need, just a really good Skype account? What do you need, right? You've got to factor these things in and look at the costs of that. So you look at the operations. What do we need in terms of fulfillment? Do I need an admin person? Do I need a community manager? Right? What do I need? Now, the third module also contains finances. So when you look at the operations, you also want to be looking at what are these things going to cost the company. So you're building in the operations. Okay, I'm going to need 100, I'm going to need 1,000 leads. Going to need, someone to convert, either build a sales funnel, or I'm going to need to hire a sales team or a salesperson to make those 100 sales. I'm going to need maybe 2 coaches to do the fulfillment, 2 coaches and a ClickFunnels account. And then team development, I'm going to need certain things there, and so on and so on. Then you can look at the finances and say, how much is all that probably going to cost? And now you start understanding the operating expenses of the company. You can then determine what are you going to pay yourself as a salary for doing some of those roles, what needs to go to payroll for other people, and then you get a clear idea really of what the business needs to actually generate, because it's not just about you anymore. So once you've got that in order, you then learn how to track the main finances in the company. Now there are 3 main financial statements that you need to be tracking. And if you're not tracking these yet, then let me know in the comments below, and we'll see if we can get you a little bit of training to help you out with this. But the 3 financial things you want to be tracking is, first of all, your income statement, or sometimes called a profit and loss statement. That's the first thing. You need an income statement, tracking all the incoming revenue to the company and how you divide up those profit centers and where all the money's coming from. The next thing you need is the balance sheet, okay? So you're definitely looking at what's coming in versus what's going out. And then you need to be able to, project those into the future. So again, the solopreneur, the identity of the solopreneur looks only at the next 30 days. Why? Because the solopreneur is in a job. And if you're in a job, you only care about your paycheck at the end of the month. But an entrepreneur is thinking long-term about building something of substance. So you can't keep looking in 30-day blocks because you can't project or anticipate what's going to happen next. And you'll always end up being reactive to what happens, not proactive and growing things. So the third financial thing to look at then is your cash flow statement. And with this, we can make projections to say, right, if I've got these expenses now, and I'm aiming to get this income, the chances are you won't be able to just go, okay, I'll buy 100 leads this month. I'll hire 10 people this month. You're probably not going to be able to do that. So we have the goal. We know you need 1,000 leads. We know you might need 5 team members. We know you might need a salesperson, but it's not going to happen overnight. We have to gradually add those building blocks in as and when we can afford them. Make sense? So this is why with those future projections in your finances, we can create a timeline and say, okay, month 1, maybe we won't get 100 leads because we haven't got that much advertising budget. Maybe we'll just aim for 20 leads and I'll close the sales myself and I'll just be training up my new apprentice. In month 2, maybe I will pay a salesperson. In month 3, I'll hand over the reins to my coach. In month 4, we'll have enough revenue to scale up the leads. So you see how that works, guys? You've got to set a timeline for how you're going to build this thing. You're building a skyscraper. You're not building, you're building a skyscraper. And again, the way the solopreneur looks at it, the solopreneur in you tries to build it one brick at a time. And so there's no end goal. There's no vision there. They just put one brick on top of the other. And sure, they build something. But if you want to build a skyscraper, you have to have the vision first. You have to have the architecture, the designs made so that okay, we build this floor first. Then we build this layer. Then this comes next. That's how you have to start looking at business, because if you don't, if you're going kind of just in the moment, building one brick at a time, I guarantee you that you're going to face a lot more challenges. And if you do get any big opportunities to grow, you won't be able to take advantage of those opportunities because you won't have the infrastructure or the planning to be able to do it. And without that big vision we talked about earlier, you're going to get thrown off and distracted. You're going to chase shiny objects because you have no way of assessing whether this opportunity is leading towards your vision or distracting you from it. I can be very selective with opportunities, and I get opportunities coming my way all the time. Every week someone invites me to fly somewhere and speak. Do I want to create a program with them? Do I want to do a JV with them? Do I want to come here? Do I want to go there? Do I want to endorse this? And it's very simple now. I have a very simple criteria. Is this opportunity going to move me closer to my vision or distract me from it? So you can very easily see how I make these decisions. And that's why I keep ultimate focus, because you need a vision in order to have focus. Think about that. You can't have focus without a vision. What can you focus on if you have no vision? Right? So your vision leads to your focus. So that's that step. Now, step number 4 is about your assets. Okay, we've talked about this already. There are 6 key assets in your company that you need to focus on every single day. And that is, first of all, you. You've got to take care of yourself because, you are the leader of the company. You are the king or the queen has to eat first. So you need to start taking care of yourself, your energy, your productivity, your focus, your health. And I help my clients really build this personal development aspect in, because the business can only grow as big as your own consciousness and your own energy. The second asset you've got to look after is your cash flow in the company. We want to make your business cash rich, keep it profitable, cut out unnecessary costs, and widen profit margins in the simplest of ways. These are things that you wouldn't really do before 6 figures because there wouldn't be a big difference. But now when you start selling things in scale, little things make big differences, right? The third asset is your team. We've got to grow and appreciate and develop your team to make them a world-class team, because they're going to fuel the company growth. Then there's your audience, your lists. You're going to be out there building a list, getting more people watching videos like this one, building an email list, building a social media list, building followers so you get your message out there to more people. That leads on to the next asset, which is your brand. Your expert and authority positioning, your brand. This is a big asset. Your reputation, your level of authenticity, your powerful message. And I help my clients kind of shape that and get it out there. And then you've got your network, your connections, and your network. As my good friend Ketan Makwana says, your network is your net worth. So you want to learn how to go and build connections that can help you leapfrog and partner with you to get to that next level. Because when you get things systemized and your operations are in place and you know your finances, you can then go out there like tomorrow and meet up with someone who's got maybe 1 million followers in your audience. And they say, hey, I've got 1 million followers. Do you have something I can offer them? Do you have a way to fulfill those people if I promote you? And you're going to say, yes, I do. I have this program, or I have this team of coaches, or I've got this scalable model or time leveraged model, whatever it is. I don't trade time for money. Okay, the system takes care of it. And as soon as you build that, then literally in 24 hours after that point, you can partner with someone who can literally open the floodgates for you, right? It can work like that. And then that's your assets. That's step 4. That's managing your 6 core assets. And then finally, the final stage, module 5, the 5th pillar is your growth strategy. Once you've got those things in place, then it's time to get your message seen everywhere, and only then. The big mistake most solopreneurs make is they want to grow before they have any infrastructure. They have no awareness of who they are or why they're sabotaging things. They have no vision for their lifestyle, so they sacrifice it all away for work. They have no clear objectives in the company, so they don't know if they're on track or not. They have no operations, no system, no infrastructure, so they can't serve the clients to a good standard anyway. So if I sent you 1 million customers, what would happen? And ask this of your business right now. If I sent you 1 million customers right now, it would either make you a millionaire or it would crush your business completely. Which one is it? And more importantly, which one are you now going to focus on making it? Right? We want to get your business to a point where there's infrastructure, operations in place, and systems and a team that can serve those customers. That way, you can literally generate $1 million in a much faster time. Okay? It's not about working harder. You don't work harder to make $1 million. You work smarter and you create leverage and good connections, and then put out your growth strategy. Okay, but you have to be a leader to do that, to keep hold of the team and to manage the responsibility and the pressure of growing to so many people. You've just got to, become a stronger person for that, really. And once you're able to handle the responsibility of a 7-figure company, you can start trying to build one. But if you can't handle that responsibility, you're not going to take the actions to make it happen. Simple as that. So that's the 5 steps, okay? And so, in this show and on this page and in my free group, we're going to go into this in a lot more detail, and there's plenty of trainings inside my free group. If you're not in there yet, then I'll drop a link somewhere for you to check it out. But let me know your comments, guys. Whenever you watch this show live or recorded, let me know your comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, your questions, your observations, your feedback, any aha moments, and what are you going to focus on? Out of the 5 pillars, identity, vision, operations, assets, and growth, which is the one for you to focus on right now, today, in 2018? I would love to know below. And anyway, that pretty much wraps up the first episode, guys. So if you want to find out more, if you want to talk about working together inside my mentoring program, just reach out to me, send me a message on the page, comment below, and me or one of my team will be back in touch as soon as we can. And again, thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to make this show massive. We're going to have thousands and thousands of viewers on this baby. And you guys will hear first, all right? So thanks again, guys. for checking this out, and can't wait to see you again next week. Bye-bye.